What up, people? It is your boy, Daddy Noland. All right. On this episode or video, we are going to be talking about how to figure out outliers. Okay. All right. Well, I've already started part of this problem because we've already seen videos on this, so I'm just going to go through this. You're given a set of numbers, put them in order from least to greatest, just like you see here. Then I found the mean. That's where I added up all the numbers and divided by how many numbers there were. The median. I found the middle number. Took one off the front, off the back, off the front, off the back, off the front, off the back, off the front, off the back. There was my median, my middle number. The mode is what number repeats the most, which was the 20. Your range was your biggest number minus your smallest number. So 100 minus 0 is 100. Now, I'm going to circle this number right here because that was my median. Then if you notice, I have 4 numbers to the front of the median, and I have 4 numbers to the back of the median. So my data is spread out evenly. My Q1, I took one off the front, off the back. So notice I have those two numbers that are exactly the same. There's my Q1. My Q3, I took one off the front, I took one off the back. I have to find the median of those two numbers. So if you add those two numbers up, 30 plus 40, that gives you 70. 70 divided by 2, because there are two numbers here, 70 divided by 2 gives you the 35. The IQR, which is Q3 minus Q1. 35 minus 5 gave me the IQR of 30. From here, if I'm trying to figure out the outlier, we have to use this formula. You take the IQR, and you have to multiply it by 1.5. And that's going to give you something called the product. All right, so let's take my IQR, which is 30. And if you multiply it by 1.5, that gives you a product of 45. I'm going to circle this because I need that number. So 45 is equal to the product. Now what you do is you take the Q3 plus the product. So in this case, my Q3 is 35 plus my product, which is 45. Well, 35 plus 45 is 80. I'm going to square that. Well, not square. Just put a square around it because I need that number. Then I'm going to take my Q1 and subtract it from my product. So your Q1 is 5 minus your product, which is 45, which gives you negative 40. Okay. Well, if you go back to your original data, ooh, this is getting really blurry and hard to see. And obviously turning off the light didn't help. Okay, so here we go. I know it's still a little bit blurry, guys. I'm sorry about that. We're just going to have to fight through it. Okay. So if we go back to my original data that I have up here, do I have any numbers less than negative 40? Well, there are no numbers less than negative 40, so there's no outliers yet. Are there any numbers? Ooh, what a squeak. Are there any numbers in our data set greater than 80? Well, yes, this 100 is greater than 80. Therefore, your outlier is this 100 right here. That is your only outlier. Alright guys, I hope this video helps you out on how to solve for outliers. I know it went by a little fast, but if you need to rewatch this video a couple times, finding the outlier is really not that hard. It's just quite a bit of work. But once again, if you need to watch this video a couple times, do what you need to do. And I will see y'all later, guys. Have a good evening. Bye.